Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we're going to talk about how prayer is a key. Have you ever received one of those postcards from a car dealership and glued to it is a key? Now, if you're like me and you receive one of those, you do not believe that it will start any car on any lot. Well, prayer is a lot like a key. You see, we have this key in our hands, but we often wonder if we're sitting on the wrong car lot, or maybe we're trying to start the wrong car. However, prayer is a key, and it is powerful when used properly. Here's what Jesus had to say about prayer in John chapter 16, beginning in verse 25. I have said these things to you in figures of speech. The hour is coming when I will no longer speak to you in figures of speech, but will tell you plainly about the Father. In that day you will ask in my name, and I do not say to you that I will ask the Father on your behalf. For the Father himself loves you, because you have loved me, and have believed that I came from God. So here we are, and we find Jesus preparing his disciples for his death, resurrection, and ascension back to his Father in heaven. Jesus says, I have said these things to you in figures of speech. The hour is coming when I will no longer speak to you in figures of speech, but will tell you plainly about the Father. You see, there were times that Jesus spoke in parables to illustrate a point so the disciples would understand his teaching. And there were other times he spoke in figures of speech that left the disciples puzzled. It would take time for them to understand what he was saying. This often comes with time and experience. Jesus had discussed his mission of seeking and saving the lost. He's discussed the power of his death and resurrection. But much of it was lost on the disciples. But soon, it would all be made clear. Then Jesus says, in that day you will ask in my name. And I do not say to you that I will ask the Father on your behalf. For the Father himself loves you, because you have loved me and have believed that I came from God. In chapters 14, 15, and here in 16, Jesus has taught what it means to pray in his name. It's not about using his name like a good luck charm to get what we want. It's to align our will to God's will. It's about desiring what God desires. And this privilege of prayer allows us to talk directly to God. We don't need a priest. We don't need some type of human mediary. Jesus is our pathway to God. He is our provider, and he gives us the privilege to talk to God. Whatever we need, whatever we feel, whatever we think, we can and should tell God directly. God's there. He listens and he cares for us. So here's my challenge for you today. Talk with God. Talk with God throughout your whole day. No matter the topic, no matter your feelings, share it with God. It doesn't matter how big the problem is or what the need is. Talk to God about it. And then ask Jesus to align your will to his will. But do this all day long. To have the honor and privilege to talk to Jesus anytime about anything should not be squandered. So spend quality time with God today. When you do this, you will win the day.